Hi, we're live at NAB 2015, and we're at Telestream, and we're talking to Mr. Andrew Haley, one of the engineers and application specialists for Wirecast 6. They just came up with some new updates, really cool software. You want to explain what the new updates are?
Yeah, sure. So we're on to Wirecast 6 now, and it is probably our best release yet of Wirecast. It's now 64-bit. It came out in November, and since then we've had 3 or 4 dot releases. So we've just continued to improve it, do bug fixes, and add new features and functionalities, and expand on the ones that we added with 6. So as I said, it's 64-bit, so you no longer have a memory limit when it comes to RAM. It's much more stable. It's going to run smoother on your 64-bit operating systems, and I think you'll find that the performance is greatly improved over 5. We've also added new features like our Twitter social feed, which I have up here. This is an easy way to integrate with your viewers if you want to have a direct interaction with your audience. You can simply have them tweet their tweets to you, and you could simply log into your Twitter account and select the messages you want to display. You can set how long you want them to rotate, and you can see it's just going to rotate through. If you don't like what they have to say, you can simply X them out, and then your Twitter feed can refresh however often you want. And you can run a search string by a £, and you can also do it by user or timeline. So it's very easy to use, and Wirecast simply will plug it right into a real-time updating scroll or lower third on your screen. We've also expanded functionality such as hotkeys. So you can simply task certain shots to certain hotkeys on your keyboard, and you can, by the single press of a button, you can change the layout for completely different quick macros. It's really easy to use. It's an awesome feature with Wirecast 6. Additionally, we've gone and for you sports broadcasters, people who really need the instant replay feature or need to be able to show highlight reels during the game, we've added a replay. You can do high quality replay recording right to your hard drive in a rolling buffer that will basically, you can then pull on and edit. And so I can simply activate this replay right here, pull it up, and you can see I can now have total scroll through access of all the action. You can hit your in key, your I key for an endpoint, O key. You could then play it back in slow motion at either 25% speed, 50%, or actually go in high, twice the speed of the regular action. Then simply take it live, and you'll get a nice, smooth playback in slow-mo, and it couldn't be easier to use. Meanwhile, replay is still going on in the background, so you can. It's easy to keep making new replays and knock them off. And then one of the most exciting features that I think most users are really going to use in 6 is what's called playlists. Playlists are super useful. So I'm going to just show you here how that works. Let's say you have several clips that you know you want to play one after another. Say it's an advertisement during a break or commercial break, or whether you have an intro piece or an outro and you're supposed to go from a certain title to something else. Well, Wirecast lets you simply drag and drop shots onto other shots, and then you'll see this yellow box appear, and that means that you're going to create a playlist. So if I let go, that creates a playlist of that particular shot. I've been running a playlist most of the day here of 3 clips that we've cut together, including one nicely provided to us from NFL Films and some Laguna Racing. So if I take that live, it's simply going to go through the playlist, and you can see a countdown meter right here, the total playlist time, and then the clip time. So it's counting down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and you'll see the playlist keeps track of where it is in the playlist, and you can speed up, you can jump from clip to clip. You can also set a transition for the playlist. So it's automated broadcasting, basically hands-free. It's really easy to use. I think the other major feature that we added are high-definition ProRes recording for our Mac users and motion JPEG recordings for our Windows users, as well as you have the ability to quickly recover your recordings. So Wirecast will now write the metadata for each file every 20 seconds. So if you have a 2-hour-long recording and things go down, your system crashes, you'll just lose 20 seconds. So it's a great way to recover your files, and if you have a lot invested in your project. And you wanted me to talk about some of the output settings and capture card features. One of the great things that Wirecast has always had is multiple outputs and multiple inputs. It's very easy in your output menu to simply stack your outputs. So you could send one recording to disk in ProRes or MP4. You could add a second one, and you could send that out to, say, a Ustream or Twitch for a live streamed broadcast. And then you could send maybe a second recording to a redundant hard drive. Let's say you want to send that to your high-res archive or editable version of ProRes onto a hard drive. You simply click that and then task it to exactly the location you want on your computer. And it's very easy to just navigate through that and select the right file, hard drive, or network drive that you want to record to. Obviously, you probably don't want to record ProRes to a network drive, but it depends on the speed and the right speed you have. And all of that can be done simultaneously as long as your hardware is powerful enough to accommodate it. So once you have your outputs configured, simply use the stream and the record buttons to get going, and then your recording will start, okay? Because we didn't configure that particular stream, that's not going to start there. So let's just start our recording. And Wirecast will do all that and more. You can also push out locally to external monitors, or if you have a Blackmagic card and you have Wirecast Pro, you can push out through that to your audio and video to a baseband SDI signal or HDMI out to monitors or repeaters.
Wow. So just to clarify, this software does encoding, multiple inputs as a switcher, multiple outputs. You can have going to a projector, you can be recording two places, and you can stream all at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
We like to call it the Swiss Army knife of your live switching and encoding software. A lot of people use it for a lot of those purposes. And as you said, we do work with as many capture cards as we can get our hands on, so we try to keep it very versatile for your particular interface needs and your particular computer. And you can find a list of all that on our website.
Wow. Excellent job being an architecture engineer behind all of this. Excellent job with the customer service, training. We're very happy to use the software. Never had it freeze up on the show. And we'll be doing it with older versions and the new versions. Flawless.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.